Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. If you are unaware, this week is actually Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Week from the 9th of October to the 15th. And the 15th of October is Wave of Light, which is where at 7 p.m. around the world people will light a candle to remember their angels and the angels of others lost too soon. This video is a collaboration with the lovely Kelsey over at It's Kelsie's Life. We wanted to each do a video to discuss the ways that we have coped through our miscarriages and loss and infertility, and we thought what better week to do that. I'll leave a link to her video below in the description. Kelsey has been documenting her journey through infertility, PCOS, Asherman syndrome, IVF, and has very sadly just experienced her third miscarriage. She has become a dear TTC sister over the last few years, and I'm very grateful for her friendship. We thought by each sharing our experiences with miscarriage and the ways we've coped, it might help other people in this community going through the same thing or similar thing. It is something you never forget. It is something you never get over. Grief is grief regardless of at what stage of the pregnancy you lost the baby. Losing a baby at any stage, it just hurts. So when I had my first miscarriage, I didn't have this community. I hadn't started my YouTube channel, I hadn't started Instagram, and I felt very alone. I felt like I was the only one going through it, which I knew wasn't the case. The doctor had of course said miscarriage is very common, but I had no one around me who'd gone through it. People definitely cope and grieve in very different ways. There's no right or wrong way to go through a miscarriage. It's very individual. Anyone who's experienced a miscarriage, you know how much it hurts and how unfair it feels. It hit Tim and I like a ton of bricks. Miscarriage was not on our radar whatsoever. It's a topic not a lot of people talk about, but I'm so eternally grateful for the people who have, the people who have shared their experiences online, because during that time I definitely felt comfort in knowing I wasn't alone, and there were people who have had miscarriages and gone on to have healthy babies, and it gave me hope. And hope is an incredibly powerful thing when you're going through infertility and loss. When we had our first miscarriage 5 years ago, I would never have imagined in a million years that we would still be childless 5 years later, and also that we would have had 6 miscarriages in total. That just, I still can't believe it really. But the things that have definitely helped me through talking about it, getting it all out, because bottling it up and keeping it inside is usually not a healthy thing to do. Of course, you have to feel ready and comfortable to talk to people about it, and you have to find the right people to talk to, because we all know how vulnerable you are during that time and in that situation, and hearing things from people who are most of the time trying to help, but often it just causes more pain than good, some of the things people say. So I think something that I realised was finding the right people to confide in and talk to, and I only started sharing my journey publicly on YouTube and Instagram 18 months after my first loss. After that first miscarriage, my doctor had told me that women are a lot more fertile after a miscarriage, and that gave me hope. The weeks following that loss, all I wanted was to be pregnant again, and I think holding on to that hope that my rainbow wasn't far away kept me going. But the year following that miscarriage was one of the hardest, because month after month it was a negative pregnancy test for a year, and I could not understand why. We had gotten pregnant very easily before that, and I had no idea what was going on. After you've lost a baby, you desperately want that baby back, and of course that can't happen. But to be pregnant again, Tim and I especially communicated really well. We both checked in often on how each other were feeling. Men definitely deal with miscarriage in different ways, and they are feeling the pain as well. We both were in tears often. We grieved together. He allowed me to cry for hours and just held me. But I think for him, eventually what made him so sad is seeing me so sad. I truly felt so alone after my first loss, so discovering people who have gone through a similar thing helped immensely and gave me hope for the future. They understood me like no one else. When they were talking, I just felt like it was me, exactly what they were feeling I felt, and that is invaluable. Having people who you know are going through the same thing around the world, who you can connect to, it helped me realize I was going to be okay, because, you know, in the midst of grief, you don't know, especially if it's a first miscarriage, or even multiple miscarriages after, you don't know if it's going to be okay, and you can't see into the future, but it definitely gives you hope when you see others who have gone on to have healthy babies. So yeah, finding your tribe is incredibly powerful. After my miscarriage, I thought my life would never be the same. In a way, it's not. Losing a baby does change you. Things will change, you will change. It does change you losing a baby, but I think it's so important to, in that moment, realize you will feel like yourself again, just with a bigger perspective and a bigger appreciation of the things that matter to you. Research is another thing I've found myself doing a lot of after each miscarriage. I think it's such a powerless feeling when you lose a baby and you have no control over any of it. So throwing myself into research and trying to find understanding of how it all works and maybe why things have happened the way they have. Sometimes finding the why isn't possible, and that's a hard thing to let go of, but I guess it's a way of gaining a little control over the situation, and knowledge is power. I've said it so often over the years. It's such a powerful thing to have, which is another reason why this community is so wonderful, because we share our experiences and help each other. I know so many people who blame themselves after they have a miscarriage. I think making sure I didn't think that way or think like that was a coping mechanism in itself. I knew there was nothing I could have done to prevent it happening. I knew I did everything I could to protect my baby, to eat the right foods, to do everything I should be doing. I knew there's nothing I could have done. Another thing that helped me so much were my fur babies. And I know so many people feel the same. Fur babies are such a comfort and such a joy, even when you're not expecting it or not feeling like smiling whatsoever. They just do the funniest things or give you a little bit of affection and just the constant unconditional love. They're just that warmth that you need when you're feeling really sad. Lastly, the thing that has helped me like therapy is sharing my story with the world. Filming these videos, I found it so therapeutic. Don't get me wrong, it was a very scary thing to do at first, and at times I still need to find the courage to share, because it is a very personal experience, personal journey, and a very heartbreaking one as well. And there are people out there who judge you and criticize you for doing this or not doing that, or it opens yourself up to receiving comments that you don't want to receive. But overall, the majority of you have been incredibly supportive and encouraging. When I started this channel, I just so desperately wanted to connect with other people who have been through it, or who are going through it, who understand it completely. And I wanted to try and help people like other people have helped me. Knowing that by sharing my experiences has helped some of you in your journey has made all of the pain that we have endured worthwhile. It's given the pain of the last few years a purpose, rather than it being all in vain. On the 15th of October at 7 p.m, we will be lighting a candle for all of our angels and angels out there who were taken too soon. On that same day at 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I will be launching the pre-order for my children's book, Little Dream. It is a book that addresses miscarriage and infertility and the struggles that we face. Like I've said before, it's a story that isn't often told in the form of a children's book, and I wanted it to be out there. So for all of the launch details, be sure to follow at Darling Clover Co on Instagram or my Instagram account. Be sure to check out the video Kelsey has created sharing her ways that she has coped through loss. Give her lots of love while you're there. She's been through a lot lately. The link is below. If any of you are currently going through a miscarriage or have been through a miscarriages, I am thinking of you. My heart is with you and those angels. There's no time limit on grief. There's no rush. As I said before, it's such a unique process. It's such a unique thing to deal with. Just know you're not alone. We're all this tribe, and community is a powerful thing, and when you know you're not alone, it's such a comfort. Much love to you all. I'll be lighting a candle for all of your babies. Be kind to yourself. Bye guys.
Oh, so bright and awake. My heart